Hello everyone, today I am here to do a Halloween tag. You didn't think I was gonna let Halloween go by without doing a tag. You know me too well. So I found a new one. It's called the Halloween Extravaganza book tag. This was created by Bookwitchradio. I will link them down below. And there's a lot of questions, so let's just jump right on in. Question number one is which? A book that enchanted you. I'm gonna go with this literally since it's a witch question. The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw. I say it's one of my favorite witchy books and I enjoyed it. It enchanted me. I liked it. I also did really enjoy her sequel to it, or not her sequel, her companion novel, Winterwood, by the same author. Why did I do that? But I like The Wicked Deep more, but they're both about witches, and I enjoy the way she writes witches. That's just me. There's Vampire, a book with a vampire themes or characters. Oh, I'm not going to say Twilight. Not going to do it. Luckily, I have another one. And that is the Southern's Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. This is an adult mystery thriller that has vampires in it, and I just love the way he wrote them. Like, a lot of the times with vampire books, you read them and they're like this tortured soul and, you know, they're in love and all this other stuff. No, the vampire's straight up evil in this book and conniving, and it was really amazing to read about. Highly recommend. Next up is Frankenstein's Monster, a book with a misunderstood character. Maybe Victor from Vicious. I think a lot of people didn't understand him in the book because I think when you first hear about Victor, you're like, this dude's a villain. And the more you read about him, you're like, oh, maybe I'm misunderstanding him. Maybe, just me. Devil, a book that was fire. I'm thinking this is fire, like a book that you were just like, oh, this is really good. For me, I'm gonna try to do like recent ones. Oh, I'm making to do 2V each while it's back to back, but The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, I really enjoyed. It took me a while to get into it, but after it, I just found myself thinking about the characters and the themes of this book so much. This one was fire. I guess you could say fire emoji. La Llorona, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. A book that makes you cry forever. I can't pull it out right now because I got so much stuff. The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I will forever answer that question. If there's ever a question of like, what book made you cry? The Nightingale. Always will answer that. Then we have Shapeshifter, a book whose cover doesn't do us justice. Misunderstood by cover. Ooh, that's a great question. I don't know a ton. I think, well, I'm gonna try to think about this. A book that's cover is just, ugh, that doesn't do its justice. I don't know for this one. This one's so hard for me. I'm gonna have to skip it. Haunted House, a book with a haunting cover. I have several of those. Horde's pretty freaking creepy when you look at it, that's for sure. That one's not a ton. Bone House is kind of creepy. Obviously, it's got a skull on it. Rules for Vanishing is definitely very creepy. I'm trying to look at what else I have. The Remaking, we have literally a person looking like she's trying to rise up from the grave. That's not creepy at all. Kill Creek, look at that. It's got like two people on top of a house. Haunted House. My Best Friend's Exorcism. It's like an 80s VHS tape. We have a girl possessed. We have, you know, balloons. Lots of scary junk in it. So, yeah, creepy covers, got you covered. Next one is Jack-O-Lantern, a book that gave you guidance. This is a great one. For me, I'm going to go with one that is nonfiction. Not Supposed to Be This Way by Lisa Turquoise. I really love this one. This is a Christian nonfiction one. It says, what do you do when God's timing seems questionable, his lack of innovation hurtful, and his promises doubtful? And it really spoke to me. It's full of like underlining and highlighting, and it just really gave me a ton of guidance. Okay, Trick, a book that tricked you. So for this one, I'm going to say is one that I think the summary sounded really good, and then I went into it and I just didn't love it really at all. For that one, oh, this is going to be a tough one. Ooh, I know. Invisible Girl by Lisa Joel. I just read this recently. The premise sounded really good, and I just found it to be boring. I could also use One by One by Ruth Ware. Again, premise sounded great. Didn't love it. Tricked me for sure. Next up is Treat, a sweet book. I read a ton of those. This year in particular, I'm going to try to pull, oh, this one. I always love this one. You Had Me at Hola by Alexis Dario. I love this one. It's an adult romance between two telenovela stars, and it's just chef's kiss beautiful. Bobbing for Apples, a messy book. I'm guessing this means like it's all over the place. You never know what is going on. You're just like, what? Rules for Vanishing by Kate Alice Marshall. I read this last year and I really enjoyed it, but gosh, it's messy because it's weird and it's all over the place. And I'm just like, I didn't understand it a ton, especially the ending. I was like, what? So it was messy, but I still really enjoyed it, weirdly, in a way. Zombie, a reread. I don't reread a ton of books. I reread Harry Potter. One that I have reread actually is Through the Woods. I forget by who. It's a kind of adult graphic novel horror one. I've read that twice before, so especially it's fitting for Halloween. I enjoyed it. Very fast to read. Ghost, a book you still think about. For that one, I'm gonna go with The Shadows by Alex North. I read this earlier this year, and while I didn't love it as much as I wanted to, I still find myself thinking about it quite often because of how weird it was and how kind of dark and creepy it was. And yeah, I still think about it a lot, which means a good things. Like, it doesn't mean it's a bad book at all. Like, I still find myself thinking about it often. Candy Corn, a book that everyone likes, but you don't. Oh, I don't know for that one. That's hard when I hear like opinions that everyone likes, but I didn't. I don't have one for that, honestly. Skull, a book with a meaningful death. I feel like that would be spoiling for something. I'm just gonna say Harry Potter. That's all I'll say. Black Cat, a book you like but no one else seems to. Oh, do I have one of those? This again, I'm not 100% sure of. A book that I like that no one else likes. I've heard a lot of mixed opinions on Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand, which is a 5 by 5 for me. I love it. 5 out of 5, not 5 by 5. And I hear really mixed things about it. Either you love it or you hate it. So I guess this could fit in that category. I really enjoyed it. Moon, This Year's a Blue Moon, a book you read for a character who is precious to you. Can be a crush or just a favorite. Ooh, this one. Jonas from Reborn Yesterday. This is also a vampire book. Oh, I should have picked this one for vampire. Well, I wasn't thinking, but both of them, Jonas and Ginny, are so precious to me. I love this book a ton. Mask, a book with a dust jacket you like or hate, or an interesting dust jacket situation. Ooh, dust jacket I hate. I usually like all of the interesting dust jackets. I will say, I don't mean to do this again, but Horde's really great, especially the Owlcrate one I got, because inside there's like this painting of the actual house or drawing. So I love that. It's a very interesting dust jacket situation in mine. And the last question is Face Paint, a book that features a clown. I don't like clowns. I've never seen it. Never read it, probably don't plan to because it's going to scare the mess out of me. So when I'm thinking right now, I can't think of a single book with a clown in it. Maybe Caraval by Stephanie Garber had a clown in it because it's about kind of a carnival. Maybe that one. I mean, honestly, I haven't read this one as this video is going up yet. My Best Friend's Exorcism. It's got a lot of like notions to 80, so I wouldn't be surprised if they talked about it and the clown came in there. So maybe this one. But other than that, I can't think of a book that really features a clown a ton, so I don't know. I really failed on this tag, but it was actually very fun. So I definitely recommend you check their video out and give them all the likes and everything like that, because this was a fun tag to do. I love doing Halloween tags, and this one was a great one. Yeah, now I have to clean all of the 50,000 books surrounding me. Thank you guys for watching. Have a spooky and happy Halloween. Bye.